Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dev Drishti's new segment, The Flipped Bamboo. In today's episode, we will try to understand international relations. Before international relations issue a clarification, a correction, a denial, and a victory statement, all within the same day. Now, the media has spent years portraying Mr. Trump, as controversial, aggressive, impulsive, unpredictable. But what if we got it completely wrong? What if history remembers him not as a politician, but as a humanitarian, environmentalist, infrastructure expert, geologist, economist, industrial strategist, and peace activist? Tonight, I present the evidence. Let's start with the famous tweet. The media claims Uncle Grump referred to Iranian officials as bastards. I disagree. Clearly, he was referring to the great Bustard, the endangered bird, a magnificent creature facing habitat loss and declining numbers, and specifically the Iranian great Bustard, because Uncle Grump cares. He cares deeply, passionately, almost obsessively. For decades, conservationists struggled to raise awareness about endangered species. Then, Uncle Grump entered the chat. One statement, instant global awareness campaign. National Geographic couldn't do it. The United Nations couldn't do it. David Attenborough could not do it. But Uncle Grump, one tweet, just one tweet. Millions suddenly discussing busters. Millions and millions, maybe billions also, suddenly discussing bastards. Dad, my friend, is conservation through confusion. Frankly, he deserves the Nobel Prize in ornithology. If such a prize doesn't exist, create one. At least we should dedicate one novel to him, a special category. Now, some people claim Uncle Grump described entire countries as hellholes. Some foreign country, he described them as hellholes. Again, media manipulation. He was clearly discussing infrastructure, specifically holes, dangerous holes, potentially very hot holes, hellholes, a neglected issue in global development. While other politicians waste time talking about roads, railway, airports, and ports, and so on, Uncle Grump courageously speaks for holes, the forgotten minority of infrastructure, road holes, budget holes, economic holes, political holes, black holes, possibly wormholes. NASA should investigate immediately. Some people think he insulted nations. I think he raised awareness about excavation. Then came the famous kiss my ass remark. Again, completely misunderstood. Completely. This was clearly a global fitness initiative. Think about it. How many world leaders stretch regularly? Not enough. Uncle Grump understands this. He's promoting flexibility, core strength, balance, mobility. International cooperation begins with proper posture. The World Health Organization should be grateful. But all of these achievements pale in comparison to Uncle Grump's great passion. Peace. I mean, peace. Nobody loves peace more than Uncle Grump. Some critics point out that tensions rose, missiles flew, bombs dropped, threats then exchanged, regional anxiety skyrocketed. Exactly? That is how committed he is. Most people merely talk about peace. Uncle Grump is willing to create additional work just to appreciate peace more afterwards. You don't appreciate the sunshine until you have seen the storm. You won't appreciate peace until you have generated 3 weeks of breaking news coverage. And then come one of his greatest achievements. The Strait of Hormuz was opened. Amazing, wonderful, historic. Particularly because opening it became a major achievement after everybody spent days worrying about it being closed. That's visionary leadership. Anybody can open a door. It takes genius to hold a press conference after reopening the door. Imagine your house catches fire, the firefighters save it, and then you announce, "Good news, everybody, the front door remains operational." So, that was expectation before the fire. But my favorite part was the peace process. Because Uncle Grump didn't just want peace, he wanted the best peace, the most peaceful peace, the premium peace package, and therefore he assembled mediators. What mediators? Absolute legends. The avenger of diplomacy, the Justice League of Conflict Resolution, Pakistan. At this rate, my neighborhood WhatsApp group admin will soon be appointed special envoy to the Middle East. Now, some cynical people question the choices, particularly Pakistan, which is unfair because Uncle Grump clearly believes in second chances, third chances, fourth chances, unlimited chances. It takes a truly visionary peacemaker to look at a country permanently associated with one awkward Abbottabad question and say, yes, that's exactly who I want helping with my peace initiative. That's optimism. That's faith. That's commitment. That's the diplomatic equivalent of hiring a firefighter whose resume begins with, regarding the previous fire, I would rather not discuss it. And let's appreciate how serious Uncle Grump is about peace. Most leaders try to prevent crisis. Uncle Grump understands human psychology. First create panic, then create tension, then create uncertainty, then create headlines, then announce peace. It's like punching yourself in the face and claiming victory because the pain eventually stops. But perhaps we are missing the bigger picture. Maybe this wasn't a conflict. Maybe it was economic stimulus. Think about. Hmm? Drones used, order more drones. Missiles used, order more missiles. Jets deployed, order more jets. Some people call it military spending. Wall Street calls it market demand. This is capitalism at its finest. Break things, replace things, sell things. Repeat. In India, we call this Aapda mein Avsar. Globally, we can call it opportunity in adversity. Buy local, build local, sell local, make America great again. One procurement contract at a time. That's not foreign policy. That's a subscription model. And remember, when we were told that a few $1 billion was an outrageous amount of money, a shocking amount, a historic amount, an unimaginable amount, a kind of money that would apparently alter the course of civilization. Today, numbers are discussed so casually that calculators are applying for emotional support. Apparently, the definition of too much money, too much, depends entirely on whose signature appears on the check. Yesterday, billions, scandalous. Today, hundreds of billions. Let's hear the proposal. This is economic evolution. Darwin would have been fascinated. And finally, let's appreciate Uncle Grump's greatest achievement, unity, not peace, not diplomacy, not trade, unity. Because for one brief moment, Americans, Europeans, Indians, Chinese, Arabs, Iranians, Pakistanis, diplomats, economists, generals, journalists, birdwatchers, birdwatchers, and possibly even the greater Bustard community all came together behind a single question. Did he really just say that? Yes, yes, he did. And somehow, tomorrow's statement will even be stranger. And remember, in modern geopolitics, never react immediately. Wait 5 minutes. The next statement may completely replace the previous one. If you like this content, don't feel shy to subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, share it, like it, comment it, and keep watching DevDrishti news segment, The Feud Bango, Ulatbaansi. Till then, take care, good night.